This dedicated Swindon Town fan has come to see manager John Gorman put his players through their paces. Just a goal kick away from the county ground, bookie Peter Day arrives at work to inspect the latest depressing odds on his beloved team staying in the top flight. This businessman owns the largest independent chain of bookies in Swindon. He stands to rake in a fortune on bets, but that's not the good news it seems. Peter Day is a passionate fan, following the team both home and away.
Since the start of the season, the long odds were 250 to 1 to win the Premier League, and it's now gone out to about 8,000 to 1, which speaks for itself, I think.
Roddick's in there, Roddick scores, and that indiscretion by Nicky Summerby has been heavily punished.
Swindon are firmly rooted to the bottom of the table. Just 1 point from 6 games. They've conceded 17 goals and scored just 3. So Day admits it looks pretty bleak for the team tipped for immediate relegation, but he lives in hope.
I think they will stay up. That's probably a gut feeling, but I think they'll stay up, quite honestly.
Looking at the latest odds from the shop, Swindon are quoted at 5 to 1 against staying in the top flight, 7 to 4 on registering less than 30 points, 12 to 1 for 30 points or more, 33 to 1 for 54 points or more. The enthusiasm and support in the town, though, is high.
Well, I'm very disappointed. I want them to do well, and I hope they survive in the Premier League. I think we need to get a nice striker who can put it in naturally, and a good big defender who'll just heave it up the field.
It's a bit disappointing, really, isn't it? But they're going to make it. It's a slow start.
I reckon it's the manager, that Gorman bloke. I reckon it's him. They should have kept Glenn Hoddle. That's what everyone says, so, isn't it?
It's a big league, isn't it? And as a footballer, I suppose, of my own in days gone by, you've got to meet reverses and hook up and say, well, come on, chaps, put our heads together and, you know, try and do better. I'm sure they can, because they've got the talent.
John Gorman has been quick to dip into the transfer market to try and improve matters at the back, signing Tottenham defender Terry Fenwick. No panicking yet from the manager.
It's a cruel league because there's a lot of quality in it, and they punish you for half mistakes, and we've got to put our little chances away that we've made, and we've made them well. If we weren't making chances, we would be very worried about things, but we make chances every game, and we'll continue to do so.
Early days yet?
Absolutely, but you see, like working the lads at the training today, this is the afternoon session, and they're still flying, and because their attitude is so good. They want to get out, they don't want to be down the bottom of the league. We don't want to be the whipping boys for anybody, and we're going to prove people wrong.
Mickey, how hard has it been for the players over the last few weeks?
Oh, I think it's been hard to accept the results, obviously. We don't feel we've had the run of the ball. We've played some very, very good football. I don't know if you saw the other night at Manchester City, but for 65 minutes we're by far and away the best team. We got 1-0 in front and suddenly lost confidence in ourselves and allowed the lead to slip, and they got 3 goals. They must have thought it was Christmas, but it's hard to accept the results. But if we carry on playing the way we are and just tighten up a bit defensively as a team, we'll win a lot more games than we lose.
Well, Swindon-West Ham, not the most glamorous game in the league this weekend, but certainly one of the most important. Both sides struggling at the bottom of the division, and both sides desperately need a win. Both sides have got the same problems. Neither have got any money to spend, but both sides love to play football, and that's what the league is all about, having sides playing good football. Swindon have struggled to score goals, and although they've made an acquisition in Jan Furtoff up the front, it hasn't really happened for them. West Ham the same. They find it difficult to score goals, but with Clive Allen up the front for them, you always expect that a goal will come from somewhere.
Nicky Summerby, I think, started off the season very well, even though Swindon haven't played particularly well. Got a good result at Ipswich, but Nicky Summerby's been outstanding. Terry Fenwick now has left Spurs and gone to Swindon, so he would give them some experience, but I think they're going to need more than Terry Fenwick to stay in the Premier League.
I think this will be a very close game. Cannot see many goals being in it, and I can just see West Ham nicking this one.
It's going to be a major battle for both of them to stay in the Premier League this season. What's going to happen come when they play each other, I honestly think Swindon might get their first win.
Just picking up on one thing the boys said there, Clive Allen is extremely doubtful for West Ham, and indeed may be out for a couple of weeks injured.
Managed 6 goals in 12 games before today, neither added to that total, neither lessened suspicions they'll be amongst the strugglers this season. Swindon owed much to keeper Fraser Digby, but even he had to rely on Sean Taylor's clearance to deny Dale Gordon. No panic, said...
West Ham United may have become known as the Academy under Greenwood and Lyle. The harsh reality of 1993 is that the Hammers are Premier League undergraduates. Fellow freshers Swindon Town could be forgiven for looking a little shell-shocked, having conceded 17 goals in 6 games, and they're still without that Premier League win. Two struggling sides maybe, but still worth a visit from Liverpool's Graham Souness. Just an afternoon off, or did he have an ulterior motive? Was he after his signature? The football on offer was neat but lacked the killer touch, though Dale Gordon, once signed by Graham Souness, went close in the first half. Sean Taylor clearing off his own line. Steve Jones, in for the injured Clive Allen, picked up the man of the match, but no goals. A promising Premier League debut nonetheless. Matthew Rush went close, it wouldn't have counted though, a Hammers player offside. So it finished up a point apiece and another 35 questions to be asked before we know if West Ham and Swindon have what it takes to become Premier League graduates.
I think it is mainly down to the two boxes. Today we're pleased, obviously, we didn't lose any goals, we didn't lose any at Norwich. But the most important thing is if you get chances, other teams, the top quality teams, just seem to take the half chances, and the quality players, they just give them half a chance and they put it in the net. And that's something we've learned into our course early in the season.
The difference between the league we're in there, every mistake you make at the back, you're going to get punished for, you know. People, if you let a runner go, people will pick the runner out, and, you know, it's a much tougher league. Every mistake you make, you'll get punished. And in front of goal, when you do get your chances, you've got to stick the ball in the back of the net, which we didn't do today, especially in the second half.
So you're confident that you've got the team and the resources to stay in the Premier League?
We just need to get up into a safe position. We need to get points. Obviously, we can't keep saying it, but the confidence is there. You know, we just need to get that first good win under our belts, and could lead to many.
I think we can stay up. I really do. I'm hoping that we get 1 or 2 of our injuries back soon. We've got quite an injury list at the moment, but if we get all our squad together, I'm confident we can stay up this year. We've had some encouraging results. We went to Coventry and played very well. We beat Sheffield Wednesday here, but in between, after that, we've got hammered here by QPR and gone to Man United and lost heavily. But the league's like that, you know. You don't get too many easy. Well, you don't get any easy games in this league. I think we go to Blackburn next week, Newcastle the week after, then Aston Villa and Chelsea here. So, you know.
But the fighting spirit displayed at Norwich continued at Upton Park.
A neat touch inside to Monco, who might try. Gets it through to Much. Brilliant save, McCloskey. And really, Much will be kicking himself there. Rowland. Jones held. He's got Holmes. He might go all the way. Jonesy! Oh! Bishop does well. This is Jones again. Great save, Digby. Great save. And look at him go. The referee's playing advantage. Rush has Breaker on the overlap. Might try a shot, he does! Brilliant shot. Digby made a superb save. Dick's headed out for a corner, it hit the referee. And would you believe it? Now Jones is in with a chance. What can he do here? Brilliant save, but can he follow up? Oh dear, oh dear.